guys, I am revising my work looking through a different lens. And that is what you're going to be doing today, editing your work and creating a podcast. Now, to start, you're going to watch the video and then you're going to read your paper 5 times. What I want you to do is, just like I mentioned yesterday, looking through the different lenses as you read your paper. There are 5 different categories. That means I'd like you to read through your paper 5 times through the different lenses. The first one would be spelling, then commas, sentence fragments, run-on sentences, and the dialogue rules. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about by using students' work. For example, in Hunter's writing, he has his last paragraph here. He has some great dialogue. I'm not looking at that lens. I'm going to look through the lens of my sentence fragments. So I'm looking for capitalization and punctuation and subjects. So, my roommate screamed in my ear. Now, as you may or may not know, when you are writing dialogue, if you put punctuation, the next word you're going to want to put capitalize the next letter. So if you have punctuation like an exclamation point or a question mark, the next word needs to be capitalized. So my needs to be capitalized. My roommate screamed in my ear. Come on, Ryan. Come on, Ryan. Come is the first word in the dialogue. It needs to be capitalized. And Ryan is a proper noun, a name. So go through your paper. Look for any words in the dialogue that need to be capitalized, any words in the beginning of a sentence that needs to be capitalized, and any proper nouns that need to be capitalized. So once I go through that, I'll check it off my list. The next lens I'm going to look through, I'm going to use Landon's as an example. He has a great story. There's one person in it that is a main character, and I'm looking through my dialogue lens now. And as I look through it, I don't see any dialogue. Here is one thing that some of you don't have dialogue in your paper. I need you to go in and add some dialogue. Create some kind of conversation. Maybe it's just the character thinking to himself and it's dialogue. In his paper, most of the story is a man by himself in the woods. He could have some internal thoughts that he speaks, or he can wait until the end when more people show up and have a conversation between them. Just make sure you go through the dialogue rules at the bottom here, using the quotes, using the proper commas and punctuation. If you need help with that, I put it on your slideshow today. Here is an example, and I even have it printed off for you so you can look at it as you're creating or fixing your dialogue. You can look at this and see, okay, so the first letter has to be capitalized. There's a comma, and it has to be within the quotes. Here's a great example of what I'm looking for when you're writing your dialogue. If you have questions, just let me know. Looking through your lenses and reading your paper 5 times through once each time is what you need to do first today. The next thing is something that I hope is exciting to you, and it's creating a podcast with your story. Your story is going to be a podcast. It won't be published to the world, but you will send me your link to it, and I'll take the best ones and we'll share them as a class. The first thing you need to do when you're finished with your lenses is go to the example of a podcast and click and listen to a part of the black tapes. So I just want you to listen to a couple minutes and answer the questions on this list. The starred questions. What kind of sounds do you hear? How do they start? What kind of voices do they use? Answer those questions in your reader's notebook. And as you listen, and once you get a good feel, you get an idea of what you're supposed to do with your voice. Make sure you have a professional sounding voice. You could make different voices with your podcast. Make sure you pause after sentences. Don't just read everything really fast and don't take a breath, because it's really hard to listen when you're not taking a breath. And here's where you're gonna play. Sorry. Here's the website, the Black Tapes. It's a supernatural podcast. It's quite interesting. It's all fictional. It's not real. Push the play on that with your earbuds in, and you'll be able to listen to it. Next, after you listen to the example, we're going to go through the website, play around with it. Know that we might not know all the answers, but we're going to fix whatever questions we have and give it your best effort. Today, you're going to sign up, record the audio, and add the music and sounds. If you don't get finished today, you will have work time on Thursday. However, try to get everything done today. It's due at the end of the hour Thursday. Here's where you'll go. Go to Anchor FM, click on this link, and you'll sign up through Google, or you might already have an account because you use this with social studies this week. I put this due at the end of the day Friday. It's not due, or that's old. It's due Thursday. Today, your homework is 25 minutes of reading. That's every day's homework. We do have the STAR test next week. The more you read, the better your score will be. Paper and podcast due Thursday, and 30 minutes of Moby Max is due Thursday at midnight. We'll have work time tomorrow to do that. If you have any questions, let me know. What I need you to do now is put on those reading lenses and take out this sheet and start going through your paper through each of them. If you have questions, raise your hand, and good luck.